The little flounder. And he's gonna go back. Spit the hook out once we got on land. But I think this guy is a keeper. We'll measure. Got a nice trout here. Okay, so that makes 2 keepers in 6 days. That's pretty bad. Glad to have it though. Trout tastes great. So this guy, he's kind of messy right now, but he's a trout, 16 inches. My 3rd keeper. Oh, this looks a little wobbly. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Here we are. Okay. 2 hands on the steering wheel. Wait a minute. I only have 1 hand on the steering wheel. Okay. What do we have here? Awesome. You know, whoa, Perry. There used to be a bench about another 5 or 10 feet forward, but the inlet came in and wiped it out. So we have this bench here now. And one of my last videos, I was over getting minnows way over on the other side of those, by those houses over there. Yeah, right there. And that's where the boat docks were, and the marina, and all that stuff. These trails are really awesome. Going through the Maritime forest leads you all the way over there from where the park was to the education center, which is about a 4-mile bike ride. But it's all shaded and lots of interesting things to see on the way. So this trail ends at what's called the Indian Maiden, and that's where the Edisto Indians used to, you know, stack up all their oyster shells. And centuries ago, the captains and the people who sailed those boats would be able to see this pile of oyster shells. So this has changed over the years. You used to go down and they had something available for you to walk down there and get a close look at the shells that were thousands of years old. I thought I'd read this to you as you kind of gaze off over near the Edisto Island people. It says, in front of you once stood Spanish Mount, a massive 20-foot shell mound native people created nearly 4,000 years ago. Spanish Mount was one of many large shell monuments constructed in the Low Country around this time. Today, storms, flooding, rising seas, and coastal development are erasing these features from the land. Spanish Mount has not been spared. By 2016, the mound measured only 3 feet high. Before it eroded completely, archaeologists carefully excavated and documented the shell deposits. Layer by layer, they recorded different shell concentrations and recovered artifacts left by the people who were here at one time. The 19-year-old French peasant girl Joan of Arc was given a choice of freedom by denying her faith, or the very ugly and frightening prospect of being burned alive at the stake. She knew she couldn't deny the special divine experiences that she had, so she had to choose the fire. But before she died, she said this: "The world can use these words, I know this now. Every man gives his life for what he believes. Every woman gives her life for what she believes. Sometimes people believe in little or nothing, and yet they give their lives to that little or nothing. One life is all we have, and we live it as we believe in living it, and then it's gone. But to surrender what you are and live without belief is more terrible than dying. Even more terrible than dying young. I hope someday, when this life is over, I get to meet that person. Okay, heading back. No crashes yet. So this trail leads us to Live Oak Campground, which is the overflow. And we're going past the primitive sites. Primitive meaning they have no water, no electricity, and you have to walk a little bit to get to the privy and showers. But it costs a lot less to go in there and visit these sites. I think we have campers in front of us here. Yep. And it won't be long before we get to the overflow. The bathhouse here at the overflow is really nice. And when you camp here, it's just very welcome to come here and shower up. Okay, turning right, heading back to the state park where I'm camping. And home again. It's my cargo trailer. And my ice chest with a few fish and a few whelk shells and a place to dry things. And in there, pinto beans and cornbread and ketchup. I can't wait. Oh. Do you think it's a gold doubloon? What is this? Looks like a penny. See a penny? Pick it up. All the day, you'll have good luck. Okay, it's the end of the day, and I'm a little deprived of water, and this watermelon tastes pretty doggone good. It's seedless and has a good flavor, and it's lasted quite a long time in my cooler, and I'm gonna really enjoy this as I watch a movie. All right. Movie time with Tom Cruise. Okay, so beans, cornbread, and ketchup. Really looking forward to this. When my cousin Cheryl and I were younger, we'd meet at Grandma's house in Oklahoma. Her family from Arizona, my family from South Dakota. And Grandma would make beans, cornbread, and we'd have ketchup with that, and that was one of our favorite meals. Still is, after all these years. Yum. This brings back memories. But Cheryl and I were the same age, and when we were teenagers, she was beautiful. She had long blonde hair. We were about the same size, and we weren't kissing cousins, couldn't say that. We would take turns standing up next to each other, taking turns slugging each other in the shoulder to see who could outlast the other. And I should have taken the opportunity to give her a kiss sometime, but I'm afraid she'd have used her karate on me. And she later worked for the police department. And anyway, she was, I guess I haven't seen her in probably over 50 years. And I still communicate with her. She sends me lots of good stuff on the internet. And but anyway, isn't it funny how something like this can draw your memories way back like that just because you had something in common that you shared with each other? Well, beans, cornbread, and ketchup.
Right? Now? Yes, right. Are you sure? Yes, I'm... Oh, it's left. Turn left. Sorry, I had the screen lock on. Thank you. What are you waiting for? I'm jumping out a window! What do you mean you're jumping out of a... Oh, sorry, I had it in 2D. Good luck.
Getting to be the end of another great day. Caught 5 fish, 2 flounder, 1 was keeper, 3 trout, 2 were keepers. I gave those to a friend and his wife, and finished my movie and finished my pinto beans and cornbread, and now just getting ready to settle down. Wow, what a nice day.